Welcome. You are about to listen to a calm English story for learning and relaxation. This story is designed for English learners at B1 B2 level. The main story is spoken at 0.9 speed, slightly slower than normal speech, to help you understand more easily. At the end, you will hear a short part of the story again. At normal speaking speed. Relax, listen, and enjoy the story.
Usually, the girl could never sit still. She ran around the room, asked one question after another, and sang little songs without even noticing it. But that evening was different. She was sitting on the carpet next to a box of Christmas ornaments, taking them out one by one. She did it slowly, as if every ornament mattered. She lifted a glass ball toward the light and watched how the tiny lights reflected inside it. Outside the window, it was a pre-Christmas evening. Light snow was falling, and the room felt warm and quiet. Her grandfather was not there yet, but the atmosphere already felt special. Her grandfather entered the room quietly and sat down next to her on the carpet, moving a little slowly, the way people do after a long life. He looked at his granddaughter, and noticed right away how calm she was. "You're not in a hurry today," he said gently. "Is the Christmas tree doing this to you?" The girl smiled without looking up. "Maybe," she answered. "I like helping you." She picked up an old ornament and looked at him. "Grandpa, did you decorate a Christmas tree when you were a child too?" He carefully took the ornament from her hands. "Almost every year," he said, "but it was different back then." She became curious immediately. "What was different?" she asked. Her grandfather thought for a moment and then began to explain. "Long before people celebrated Christmas the way we do today, many believed that trees had a special power, especially evergreen trees. Because they stay green in winter?" the girl asked. "Yes," he nodded. "When everything around looked dead, the evergreen tree stayed alive. People looked at it and felt hope. They believed that life had not disappeared, it was only waiting." The girl listened carefully and slowly hung the ornament on a branch. After a short pause, she asked another question. "But Christmas came later, right? So how did the tree become part of Christmas?" Her grandfather smiled. "When Christmas became an important holiday," he said, "people did not want to lose their old traditions. They simply gave them a new meaning." He looked at the half-decorated tree. The Christmas tree became a symbol of light, birth, and hope, a reminder that something good can appear, even in the darkest time. The girl moved a little closer to him. "Did you decorate the tree with your grandparents too?" she asked quietly. "Yes," he answered softly. "And I remember sitting next to them, and feeling safe." "I feel that way too," she said. He gently put his hand on her shoulder. The girl took a star out of the box, and held it in her hands. "Why is the star always on top?" she asked. Her grandfather slowly turned the star in his palms. "Because people need direction," he said, "even when they don't know exactly where they are going." He handed the star to her. "Would you like to place it?" She stood on the chair, and her grandfather held it steady, out of habit. She stretched up, fixed the star, and it moved slightly before settling into place. They stepped back and looked at the tree, now softly glowing with lights. Suddenly, the girl leaned forward and kissed her grandfather on the cheek. "Thank you, Grandpa," she said, and jumped up right away. She began to dance around the tree, moving lightly from side to side and quietly repeating to herself, with a happy voice, "At night Santa Claus will come, bringing presents for everyone." She laughed, jumped, and spun around, full of excitement again. Her grandfather watched her and smiled. In her joy, he saw himself as a child, impatient, happy, and certain that magic was real. He thought about how grandchildren are a small part of us, our past. Laughing and running through the room once again, the Christmas tree glowed softly, and the room felt warm, not because of the lights, but because of that living, real moment.
You have just listened to this story at a slower pace, 0.9 of normal speech. Now, you will hear a short part of the same story again. This time, it will be spoken at normal speed. Don't try to understand every word. Just listen, relax, and notice how familiar the language feels now.
She became curious immediately. "What was different?" she asked. Her grandfather thought for a moment and then began to explain. "Long before people celebrated Christmas the way we do today, Many believe that trees had a special power, especially evergreen trees, because they stay green in winter, the girl asked. Yes, he nodded. When everything around looked dead, the evergreen tree stayed alive. People looked at it and felt hope. They believed that life had not disappeared, it was only waiting. The girl listened carefully and slowly hung the ornament on a branch.
Thank you for listening. If this story felt calm and helpful, you are not alone. Many people learn English better through real, simple life moments. On this channel, we share calm listening stories about everyday situations. Work, conversations, small decisions, and real-life moments. These stories help you feel more confident when speaking English in real situations. Come back for the next story. We will continue learning, quietly, naturally, step by step.